Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel and to another episode of Rogue Revealed, the series where I take you through everything you need to know about Rogue Company. In today's video I wanted to touch on something specific that I see with a lot of players that I think is going to be probably my best tip for helping you go from good player to a really top tier player. If you do go on to enjoy it and want to see more guides from me, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. But for now guys, let's get into it. Now I've mentioned this a few times in some of my other tip videos, but I've never really gone to it in detail and I think it's really important. The biggest tip that I can give players who want to go from just being a really good player or a good player to becoming one of the top teams or top players in Rogue Company is to be adaptable. If you look at pretty much every other esports, you do not see the top tier players only playing one character, only playing one type of strategy, only using one type of equipment. They're very adaptable. There's a meta of what works best and there's different comps that work best, but they always are able to switch between each other and adjust to the meta and be adaptable in their play. Before I kind of go on to explain why being so adaptable is important, I kind of wanted to explain to you and sort of create a definition of being adaptable through my own experience. So I've never been the kind of player who likes to main one role in a game or only do one thing in a game. I like certain guns, say in Call of Duty, I like certain rogues in Rogue Company, but that doesn't mean I stick to them guns blazing. I absolutely love almost every rogue in this game with the one exception of Anvil. I just don't find him super fun to play, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be available or adjustable to play him should he become really useful for my team, and this is something we're discussing at the moment. I've always aimed to be the kind of person who can play this rogue in a situation or play this rogue in a situation. If we need really long range and pick potential, I'll go Phantom. If Phantom is just not going to work on a map, I'm not going to play her. On Canals, for example, I don't think she's that viable because it's so close quarter combat. If my team are all picking really long range rogues or rogues with not a lot of fragging potential, then I'll pick a Shaq, I'll pick a Scorch, I'll pick a Ronin, something like that to help my team have that fragging ability and that quick kill potential. In the most recent Rogue Brawl, I pretty much exclusively played Lancer and Vi. That mostly came down to because that's what my team needed. I have a big pool to play of other rogues as well, but because of the comp that we wanted to run, they were the two that fit best in terms of the different defense or offense side that we were on. As we go into the next future tournaments, it seems like we're going to be changing up a lot of what our comp is for different maps, and therefore our rogue pools are going to be adjusted, giving me an opportunity to try and showcase a few more rogues in that competitive scene. What you'll probably start to see from me a lot more now as this has come a bit more open is that I will be playing these other rogues more often on stream to showcase to you guys exactly how powerful they can be. People like Talon, people like Demo, and potentially even Trench are all going to be part of my more familiar roster now so that I can get better with them for tournament. It doesn't mean we'll play them specifically in tournament, and it will be very, very comp specific and map specific, but having this wider pool, being adaptable and being able to fit into any situation that is needed from me is what's going to make me a better player, not just in the game generally, but for my team. So putting it to you guys and why it's so important for you guys to be adaptable is pretty much because nobody's going to want to be part of a team with someone who can only play one thing. The game will change, the meta will change, and for every single map, different rogues are more viable for the others, depending on whether you're on attack or defense. So if you are that solo Phantom main and you only play Phantom and you play on Canals, for example, you're really not as effective as you would be if you were more adaptable and could play something different. I generally don't like the idea of just maining one rogue. You can become phenomenal at that rogue, but if you don't understand the same mechanics of other rogues to the same level, how are you meant to beat them? Everyone who plays adaptable roles within this game will be able to counter every other kind of rogue because they know exactly how that rogue works at the same level. You might be absolutely cracked being the best Lancer NA, right? But if you can't adapt and play somebody else when needed, Lancer isn't always that viable. This being said, I do want to say something just quickly for you newer players, and that is I actually would recommend for the first little chunk of playing the game, pick a rogue that is quite easy to play and sort of stay with them until you learn the very, very basic mechanics of the game. Probably up until level 20 or 30 is when you should start adventuring with other rogues. Of course, that is very much down to your own thoughts. Play the game for fun. You don't know at that point whether you want to take this game competitively, probably, so just explore. But if you do want to know what rogues are best or easiest to play for you newer players, the video I put out yesterday is going to give you a great guide on that. But as I said, this video is mainly intended towards you players who are already really good at the game and just want to accelerate that one step further. And I'm going to be honest, the thing that's probably holding you back the most is that you're not adaptable enough, and is that you can't adapt your rogue pool, or again, you can't adapt your play to the different maps or different situations that are required of you. For example, a lot of Lancers always think they have to flank. That is not the way a Lancer has to play on every single map and every single situation. If you're going against a very defensive comp who are there watching your flank and baiting you out every single time, if you go for a flank again, you're just suiciding yourself in. This actually came up in our Rogue Bowl. I was playing Lancer on Vice, and the 3 maps we played on Vice, we went 7-0. And the reason for it is because we pushed A, I hid behind the box that guarded our flank, and I literally just waited for the enemy team to come and flank us, and I would kill them all. At one point I 1v3'd, I was doing 1v2s, or just simply doing a 1v1, and every single time the enemy team would die, and we would win off that. We actually had an esports coach watching and casting us as part of Just Line Studios, who were doing an exclusive cast of our team at the time, and he was getting very frustrated at the enemy team because they were just following the same thing over and over again, and they were not being adaptable. This is something that came from an esports coach himself, that people need to switch up their play. They need to find different strategies to work out how to play the game best, and the best way you are going to improve as a player is to do that, is to be adaptable, try new things, learn new things, and change up the way you play depending on what the situation asks for. Okay then guys, that's going to take us to the end of the video. I do hope this helped. As I said, adaptability, being adaptable, is probably the most important thing you are ever going to learn in this game, to go from being a good player to being one of the best. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and you can also come follow me on twitch.tv/RadtharGaming to see my live stream, and that is where I'm going to be using more rogues now in my pool a bit, just to try them out, just to show you guys sort of the way they're played. I do play them off stream as well. I tend just to stick with the rogues that are most entertaining on stream, but I'll be mixing them up for you guys just to give you a bit more of an educated view. All the links you're going to need are going to be in the description below, but other than that guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless, and I'll see you in the next video.